Hey, listen. My friends are coming over to the house this evening, so make sure you get everything ready. That includes the food and drinks. All of it.
Wait, hold on. What are you talking about all of a sudden? I told you today is the good luck with a baby party. My friends are coming over today to support me.
That's got nothing to do with me, does it? Whether you give birth or not has no effect on my life.
This is an important day for me. My friends have gone out of their way to prepare everything because they know the baby's coming soon, and they want to show their support.
Support? That's just self-satisfaction. I don't care about your delivery or other people's support. My friends are coming over, so obviously that takes priority. You need to be more considerate.
But they've been planning this day for a long time, and now you're telling me this all of a sudden?
They're my friends. Even if it's sudden, they're coming today, so get things ready. Just keep your mouth shut and do what I say.
But I'm about to give birth soon. My friends know that and are trying to cheer me up.
Giving birth? That's just a rite of passage. You go to the hospital, pop the baby out, and that's it. What's the big deal?
Don't say it like that. It's a once-in-a-lifetime important moment for me.
An important moment? Then do it on your own without relying on your friends. You should be at home entertaining my friends. That's your duty as a wife.
But we're about to become parents soon, right? Don't you realize that?
A parent? I don't really care about the kid you're having. The only thing that matters to me is whether they'll be valuable as an heir.
How could you say that? An heir? Is that really how you see our child?
Of course. If it's not a boy, it doesn't mean anything to me.
How can you say something so cold? We're a family, aren't we?
A family? The only thing that matters to me is my future. You should just quietly work to contribute to that future. That's your role.
What am I to you? Am I just someone who does the housework?
Yeah, pretty much. Your job is to take care of the house and not cause me any trouble.
This is unbelievable.
Got some news for you.
What? What's going on?
My childhood friend is about to give birth to my kid, so I'm heading to a different hospital.
What? What are you suddenly talking about? You've got to be joking, right?
There's no way I'm joking. It's my kid. In other words, it's your beloved husband's kid.
Excuse me?
The moment I've been waiting for has finally arrived. My son is finally being born. The next heir, carrying my bloodline, is coming into the world. Just imagine it. He'll grow up and take over after me. When I think about that, it really hits me. This is the moment my dream comes true.
Wait a second. This is no time for jokes. Do you even realize what situation I'm in right now? This is an emergency, so save that talk for another time.
What are you panicking about? What's so urgent?
My water just broke. What should I do? The baby might be coming soon, and now the floor is soaked. I have no clue about my next steps.
Hey, don't get the floor all wet. That rug is from Casino, you know. It's expensive. Are you out of your mind ruining such an important rug? Be more careful.
Who cares about that right now? Worry about me and the baby's safety. This could be life-threatening.
Look at you, acting all high and mighty. You're just a woman, and all you're good for is getting pregnant. Don't complain to me.
You're talking like that even in an emergency? Why do you always say things like that?
A poor girl like you has no right to complain to me. You know exactly what kind of background you come from, don't you? You've got no right to tell me what to do.
Sure, my family wasn't as wealthy as yours, but we lived a normal life. Even if we weren't rich, it was a home full of love.
Don't talk back. What I say goes. I don't need to hear your opinions.
But I really need help right now. Please, just leave work early and come home. I need to go to the hospital right away.
What? Why do I need to drop by and see you? I don't have time for that.
Our child is about to be born. Our child. Why can't you be by my side?
That has nothing to do with me. I'm going to see my childhood friend who's giving birth to my son. You can handle giving birth on your own.
Wait, that was real?
Of course. I don't have time to joke around.
Even if our marriage was an arranged one without love, this is too much.
You couldn't even carry a proper heir, so what are you complaining about?
How can you say that? Aren't you ashamed as a father?
I'm going to work hard to be the kind of father my son can be proud of.
Not him. I'm talking about our child.
Shut up.
That's awful.
More importantly, you told your parents something, didn't you?
Yeah, I told them my water broke.
So that's why.
Why?
Your dad. He came all the way to my desk, even though we're on different floors. Told me to head home early.
I asked him to pass the message to you.
Let's be real. You're spending time on things that are totally pointless.
What's wrong with telling my husband?
I don't care about you, so I don't want to hear it.
I can't believe this.
Bye.
Wait a second. Are you really going to abandon us? This is the moment our baby is about to come into the world. I can't believe you won't be here. As a member of this family, I want you to prioritize us, but why can't you do that? Aren't we more important than your affair? You're unbelievable. Why are you so cold?
Then let me ask you this. Why should I prioritize you? There was never any love in our marriage from the start. You know that as well as I do, right? Our relationship is a business arrangement. You know very well that I don't care about love. I just prioritize what's most important to my life, that's all.
Sure, our marriage didn't start from love. I understand that we were matched through an arranged marriage and we didn't connect emotionally from the beginning. But even so, you're still the father of our child, right? Even if there's no love, shouldn't there be at least some familial bond?
This is hilarious. Have you fallen in love with me or something? That's a problem. I don't have time to deal with troublesome feelings like that. It's kind of funny that you see me that way. But sorry, I don't feel anything for you, so you're on your own. I'm not going to deal with your emotions.
There's no way I'm in love with you, but you're still the father of my child and we're family. So of course, I have some feelings. For our child's sake, you can't just ignore your role as a father.
You really are a troublesome woman. I'm seriously sick of all these emotional things. It's annoying to be liked, and I'm never coming over to your side, so give it up. Whatever you feel doesn't concern me at all.
What is that supposed to mean? Then how am I supposed to explain this to my parents? I won't be able to face your father and mother. It's not just about what I think. I wish you'd consider the family even just a little.
If you don't want to upset my parents, figure out how to cover it up yourself. Even with your useless brain, if you think hard enough, you might manage something. Don't rely on me for such trivial things.
Why do you always push me away like this? I'm doing my best too, but you never seem to understand.
Let me remind you, I'm the future CEO of the company where your father works. You know what would happen if you said something weird to me, right? Even your family would feel the effects of just one word from me. Don't say anything stupid.
I understand. I'm grateful that your father not only took over my dad's debts, but also gave me a job at the company. I truly appreciate that, and that's why I can't ignore what you say. But even so, this situation is just too cruel.
Just shut up and do as I say. Got it? Don't contact me for a while. Getting interrupted is the most annoying thing ever.
I'm Chloe, a 27-year-old housewife. I met Henry, who is 5 years older than me, through an arranged marriage set up by our parents. From the start, his attitude has been cold. I've been treated like a servant day after day. My only hope in this situation was the birth of the child growing inside me. I thought that once our baby was born, his attitude might improve. But as soon as we found out the baby was a girl, things got even worse. And then, in that situation, I received that kind of message on WhatsApp. Honestly, I was filled with the urge to confront him about the affair, but my water breaking and labor starting, there was no time to waste and I gave birth right away. Enduring the afterbirth pains, I was thinking about what to do next, but I never expected that at such a moment, I would come into possession of the proof of his affair. I gave birth safely. She's a fair-skinned, cute baby girl. Her eyes look just like yours.
So what? I told you not to contact me.
But
just because we slept together, don't get the wrong idea.
What?
I only went for it because that curvy body was nearby. There's no love here.
How can you say that? Even if it's a loveless marriage, I'm still your wife.
Why should I bother choosing my words for a woman whose butt got huge and legs got thick?
During pregnancy, the body changes. I can't help it.
You look almost like an elephant from behind. Come on, give me a trumpet sound.
It's not just me.
Violet is still slender and beautiful, and most of all, she's elegant. You might not get it, but her grace and poise are truly special. You can't even compare to her, either inside or out. No matter how hard you try, you'll never be like her.
So her name is Violet. So that's what this is all about. I've always wanted to ask, but I just couldn't.
Ah, Violet. Unlike you, she lives such an elegant life and always soothes me. She doesn't make cheap casseroles or homemade coleslaw like you do. What she makes is simply the best. The taste and presentation are worlds apart from your cooking. Your food is always so disappointing.
What? Why do you have to belittle me like that? Can't you at least acknowledge how hard I've worked, even just a little? I really can't believe this. At the very least, couldn't you speak with a bit of remorse?
That's impossible, because I don't feel bad about it. It's only natural for me to value Violet, and no matter what you say, my feelings won't change. You should just stay quiet.
I see. But you've been with this woman, Violet, for quite a long time, haven't you? I feel like such a fool for not knowing anything all this time.
Yeah, that's right. I've been with Violet since before we got married. It's been over 6 years now. Sorry, but we've been together the whole time. Not that it matters how you feel.
But you didn't invite this Violet woman to our wedding, did you? Why's that?
Well, she wouldn't want to see the man she loves exchanging vows with another woman, right? I didn't want to show her that either, so I spared her the trouble. That's how much I care about Violet.
Wait, that's the reason? You make sure to be considerate of the woman you care about, but nothing for me. Why is there such a huge difference between us?
Did you really think that just because you caught me cheating, I'd be in trouble? You're not seriously thinking something that naive, are you?
At first, I thought maybe you'd be a little shaken if your affair was exposed, but now I don't. Considering your position, you wouldn't be bothered at all, right? No matter what happens, it wouldn't faze you.
Exactly. I was born into a family that runs a company, so the CEO position is already promised to me in the future. Everything works in my favor. That's what being successful is all about. You wouldn't understand, but that's my way of life.
You were the worst. If only I had turned down the arranged marriage back then, I wouldn't be stuck in this miserable situation. Where did I go wrong?
I was thinking the same thing. If I hadn't married you, I might have been Violet's husband instead. We would have been the perfect partners.
Wait a minute. So, this Violet, is she married?
Yeah, she is.
Then what are you going to do now that you've had a child with her?
Well, her husband will raise my child for now. When the time comes, I'll officially take care of it and make him my heir.
How do you plan to pull off something so outrageous?
If it's not possible, my parents can figure something out, right? I've always relied on them, and I'm fine with that. You might not understand, but that's just how I live.
A grown man still relying on his parents. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? Don't you have any intention of handling things on your own?
You, who only happen to get married to me, don't have the right to say that. Just keep quiet.
I feel sorry for your parents. They must be so disappointed to have a son like you.
Are you pretending to be worried just so you can curry favor with my parents next? Typical of someone from a poor background. Always scheming.
That's not it at all. Why do you always look down on me like that, even when I don't mean any harm?
Let me remind you, I'm going to be your dad's boss in the future. I consider him as my father-in-law now, but soon I'll be the head of the company. It's ridiculous for you to go against me. It doesn't matter how you act, but thinking about the future, you should follow my lead. Do you understand? I'll be greater than your parents, so you better keep that in mind.
Of course I understand. That's why every time you say something like that, it frustrates me, but I can't say anything back. But right now, I just want you to think about the baby. How are you going to explain this to both of our parents? Do you think they'll understand that you have no interest in us, even after the baby is born?
There's no need to explain anything to them. We're still going to live together, so there's no reason to go out of our way to tell them. You're the only one worrying for no reason. There's no problem. As long as we maintain the appearance of a family, that will be enough, and our parents will accept it.
Excuse me? But I was prepared to be kicked out. Weren't you planning to throw me and the baby out of the house? Why did you suddenly change your tune?
What? Throwing out a newborn baby and my wife would be terrible for my image. I'm not going to let anything damage my reputation. That's why I'll allow you two to stay in the same house and raise the child. You should be grateful, but that's all. Don't expect anything more.
What do you mean by that's all? You're just letting us live here, but you're not going to help at all? Do you really think the child will grow up properly that way? Are you planning not to act like a father at all?
That's right. Don't expect me to take on the role of a father. I'll provide for your basic needs, food, shelter, and clothing, but that's it. I have no intention of being involved with you two as a father. All you need is a place to live, right? Love or anything like that doesn't concern me.
There's no way I can accept such an offer. How can you be a father and not be involved with your family? That's just wrong.
Maybe your dad thinks the same way. Do you think he'll find another job at his age? With just one word from me, he might never be able to find work again.
Bringing up my father again. That's just the lowest. What do you think I am?
What? You're a servant. No, actually, Since you can't even bear an heir, you've been demoted from servant to slave. What could I possibly expect from you?
You're a monster. You're truly evil. I can't believe you even have a heart.
I'm not soft enough to care about what a slave has to say. No matter what you say, it won't affect me at all. So just stop your pointless resistance.
There's no point in saying anything anymore, is there? No matter what I try to tell you, it just gets ignored. I can't expect anything from you anymore.
That's right. If you ever want a divorce, just let me know. It wouldn't be a problem for me, so feel free to say the word whenever you want.
As if that would help. You'll just use my father to threaten me again, right?
Exactly. I'm not letting go of a slave who follows my every command that easily.
I'm done. I won't expect anything from you anymore.
Don't forget your place from now on.
Got it. It's time for me to nurse the baby, so excuse me. Hey, you really don't know anything, do you? This is hilarious.
What are you talking about?
The baby. It's not even yours.
What? Stop talking nonsense.
You still can't believe it, even after hearing it directly from her? Everything I'm saying is true, and she didn't seem to feel even a shred of guilt. She doesn't seem to be that serious about you either. That's probably why you don't want to believe it, but reality isn't that sweet.
You got to be kidding. Then who's the father of that child? If you're saying it's not mine, who's going to take responsibility? Are you trying to shake me up on purpose?
She doesn't know for sure yet, but there's one thing that's certain. She said it's been confirmed that the child isn't yours. She did a DNA test. There's no point in lying now, so you'll have to accept reality.
What kind of nonsense is that? You're just making it up, right? You really expect me to believe this? Don't think you can fool me so easily. No matter how you try to twist the words, I'm not someone who can be tricked.
How about your mistress's name then? Wasn't it Violet Smith? That's what you told me, right?
Sure. Maybe I told you her name, but how do you know her last name? When did you even look that up?
I heard it earlier in the nursing room. You might not believe it, but she and I are at the same hospital. It's crazy how small the world is, isn't it?
What? You've got to be kidding me. How could that happen? But wait a second. It's a common name, right? Maybe it's just another woman with the same name. Don't jump to conclusions so quickly.
If that's the case, then isn't she staying at St. Peterson Hospital?
Yeah, that's the only hospital with LRD facilities, so she's staying there. And what about it?
Exactly. Just as I thought. I'm staying at the same hospital, and we both gave birth around the same time. It's kind of ironic, isn't it?
What? This is the first time I'm hearing any of this.
I did tell you. You just ignored it. It's always the same. No matter what I say, you're never interested, so nothing ever sinks in.
How could I possibly remember every little thing? And more importantly, are you sure Violet is really the one? You're not lying to me, are you?
Of course I'm sure. But if you don't believe me, maybe I shouldn't share any more information. It's information she gave me, so you probably don't need it anyway.
Just tell me.
The timing of when you were with her and when she got pregnant doesn't match up. Plus, she said that after the DNA test, it was confirmed the baby wasn't yours.
When did she even get a test like that? There's no way that's possible.
She said it could be done during pregnancy.
Don't they need the baby's DNA for that? How could she do that while she's pregnant? That's impossible.
Don't underestimate modern medicine. They can test from the mother's blood at 7 weeks pregnant. So she's already got confirmation.
You've got to be kidding me. I can't believe that's even possible.
Yeah, and this is what she told me. The baby was conceived during an affair. So from now on, I'll raise the child pretending it's my husband's. But that's exactly what you said earlier, isn't it? Don't you think that's strange?
Then there's no doubt.
Yeah, that's what I told you. My condolences, Henry.
No, wait a second. Violet isn't the type to blab about private matters to someone she just met.
We're friends now.
What?
Not only did we give birth on the same day, but because the times were so close, she immediately saw me as a friend.
Still, would she really talk about something like that?
Maybe she felt she could talk to a stranger about things she couldn't say to people close to her. Plus, I'm a good listener.
I don't care.
Your childhood friend Violet, right? I wonder if she's been doing the same thing with other men too. How many guys has she been involved with, do you think? Since you loved her so much, you must be curious, right? Oh, if you're interested, I can ask her later as her friend. Maybe she's got several partners. Look forward to it.
Stop it! Don't you dare do that! How far are you going to push me?
Oh, I just realized something. Maybe our child isn't the only one carrying your genes. Perhaps some other kids have a bit of your DNA too, don't you think? What are you going to do about that?
Yeah, I can't deny that possibility.
But too bad for you. Our child is a girl, so she can't be your heir. Sorry, but you won't be meeting her.
You know, I've been thinking, maybe having a daughter isn't so bad after all. Especially if she's my daughter. I bet she'd be charming and really cute.
Yeah, girls can be pretty adorable.
Right? And thinking about it, if she's my daughter, maybe it wouldn't be so bad to make her my heir. I guess taking care of her from now on could actually work out pretty well.
You don't need to start thinking like that. We're getting a divorce.
Hey, what kind of nonsense are you talking about? There's no way you can get a divorce. You and your parents would be the ones in trouble if we got divorced. Do you even realize how much I've helped you all?
Well, it turns out we've been misunderstanding things for a long time.
What are you talking about?
We met through that arranged marriage our parents set up, right? That's how our marriage was decided. But the reason behind it was completely different from what we thought.
Yeah, your parents had debts and my parents agreed to cover them in exchange for you marrying me, right?
That was all a lie.
What? A lie? What do you mean?
There weren't any debts in the first place. We were never in trouble at all.
Then, why did the arranged marriage happen?
It was just something our dads drunkenly thought up one night. Apparently, they were drunk and thought, wouldn't it be funny if our kids got married?
If that's true, then both of us are complete victims here.
No, I'm the only victim here. You just twisted the situation to suit yourself, trampling on the dignity of me and our child without a second thought.
That was wrong of me. I apologize.
It's strange to hear you apologize so easily. You're up to something, aren't you?
Well, maybe. I was kind of hoping you wouldn't tell anyone about me and Violet.
That's not happening.
Yeah, I figured.
I've already shown the proof to your parents, so there's no taking it back.
It's a picture of me and Violet and the baby. How the hell do you have this?
She sent it to me. After all, we're friends now.
This is bad. My parents hate cheaters more than anything in the world.
Oh? Weren't you the one saying it wouldn't be a problem if they found out?
That was just to shut you up. The truth is, I'm in serious trouble.
So that's why your dad was furious and yelling.
What did he say?
I'll cut all ties with my son. I'm going to shift him over to my company's tiny branch on a remote island so I can manage both his salary and his personal affairs. Something like that.
Looks like my path to becoming CEO just disappeared, along with my freedom.
I'll just tell our daughter that her dad is living far away.
Hey, how about we start over? Reset everything that's happened and try again as a family. I really think we should be together.
Why? What are you thinking at this point?
Raising a kid is expensive and you'll need help, right? I've reflected on my actions. That's why I want to help raise the child and build a proper family from now on. You can't handle it all alone, can you? That's why I think the three of us can build a better home if we work together.
Work together as three. Sounds like just another excuse for you to dump everything on me while you take it easy, doesn't it? You just want me to take care of you, don't you?
I've never thought of that. I'm serious about starting over as a family. You're always suspicious, but this time I really mean it. I want to change too.
Yeah, right. I can't imagine you actually changing anything. Anyone would think that after seeing how you've acted until now.
But realistically, you need money, right? You'll need money to live. I might not be able to become the CEO anymore, but I'll work hard to make money and support the family. And raising a child alone is tough, isn't it? If we work together, I think we can manage this household.
No need to worry. My father and the others have promised to fully support us, so we don't have to worry about money at all. I don't need to rely on you, and from now on, we'll live on our own.
Don't be so cold. You and our daughter are important to me. I've finally realized that my life is empty without you too. Maybe it's too late to realize that, but I still believe we can start over.
You realized it too late. It's too late to apologize.
I truly am sorry. You may not believe my words, but I'm apologizing from the bottom of my heart.
I don't want to hear that now.
But if you can forgive me, I'd like to help pick out a name for our child. Let's think about our future together.
I have no intention of forgiving you, and there's no need to forgive you.
Then, please, can we leave out the alimony? I don't have any money left.
Stop dreaming and face reality. I couldn't care less about your situation.
How much are you asking for? How much do I have to pay?
I plan to demand $40,000 as compensation for the emotional distress you've caused me. And as for child support, you'll be paying $1,000 every month.
That's way too harsh, don't you think? Can't you reconsider a bit?
Okay, I'll raise it to $60,000. That should make things a bit easier for you to accept, right?
No, that's not what I meant. This isn't what we discussed.
Oh, I'm really busy. If you want it reduced that badly, why don't you discuss it directly with both of our parents when they come to visit? Try begging for a reduction in front of them.
What? Both of our parents will be there?
Yes. Oh, by the way, should I invite your childhood friend's parents and her husband too? I'm sure they'd want to know about this situation as well.
Oh my God. My life. There's nothing but darkness ahead. God help me.
After that, my divorce from Henry was officially finalized. He apologized multiple times, but it was just words, without any sincerity. In fact, he was desperately trying to negotiate until the very end to stay in a favorable position. My lawyer ensured that all the legal procedures were followed properly, and there was no way for him to escape. The alimony and child support were clearly arranged, so he'll be paying those every month. Since he always relied on his parents' money and never did anything himself, maybe now he'll finally understand how hard it is to earn money. He lost his position at the company in an instant, and the plan for him to become the CEO at his father's company was completely scrapped. That's only natural. As for his childhood friend, Her husband found out about the affair and they ended up getting divorced as well. Of course, the DNA test confirmed that the child wasn't Henry's. In the end, Henry gained nothing and lost everything. He's now been sent to a remote branch and is working in a rundown office. As for me, thanks to the support of my parents and others around me, I've started a new life with my daughter. I'm spending my days feeling grateful from the bottom of my heart. For my daughter's sake, I've strengthened my resolve to live a strong life moving forward.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.